One moment of anger cost a player over $1 million, and a little wardrobe malfunction during the halftime show flashed over 100 million people. But I'm not so sure that you can call this a wardrobe malfunction. At number 15, we have Antonio Brown, who got the ball at his own 29-yard line and sprinted like he's late for a dinner date, dodging Browns left and right. But when he spotted Spencer Lanning running towards him, he did something out of the 300 movie. Instead of leaping, he slammed his cleat right into Lanning's face. Wait. Let's watch it again. Jeez, that must have hurt. I wonder what Antonio Brown was thinking. And speaking of his thinking, he's done even more bizarre things later in 2022. But before we get into that, have you seen this? It's like a deleted scene from WWE. One NFL game. Once again, the Browns and Steelers are squaring off, and with only 16 seconds left, Myles Garrett tackled Mason Rudolph, and they started throwing hatred words at each other. If you thought this is it, you were wrong. Suddenly, Garrett escalates things by ripping off Rudolph's helmet and taking a swing at him with it. Now that's next level craziness. And just when you think things can't get any worse, teammates swarmed in and punches started flying all over the place. A couple of days later in an interview, we found out a reason why it all could have happened.
I mean, he called me the N-word. He called me a stupid N-word. I don't say the N-word.
But wait, there's more. Garrett also got slapped with a 6-game suspension, costing him over $1 million. Man, losing that much money over a dumb fight is just insane. Losing cool on the field is common, but Antonio Brown didn't stop there. In the third quarter, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers struggled against the New York Jets, things weren't looking so good on the scoreboard. Out of the blue, fueled by frustration, Antonio shed his uniform and pads. Although his teammate Mike Evans tried to talk him out of it, Brown didn't listen. He started throwing his shirt and gloves into the crowd like Mr. Beast gives away Teslas. Later in the post-match conference, he was released from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In an interview, he revealed why he went crazy in the heat of the moment.
I'm hobbling, like I really can't get it going. I see the coach, like he looked back like could you go? I'm like, nah, I can't go. So he like, yo, get the out of here.
But this was not the only time NFL fans saw heat on the field. And this time, I'm talking about literal heat on the field. Just before the Titans took on the Colts in a big home game, the pyrotechnics machine went haywire. Instead of adding to the show, it sparked a real fire on the field. Flames shot up way too close to the crowd. Quick action from the staff saved the day, putting out the fire just in time. Luckily, nobody in the crowd nor on the field got hurt. I mean, accidents do happen from time to time on and off the field, but what about when somebody bends the rules on purpose? At number 10, we're traveling back to December of 2010. The Jets were facing off against the Miami Dolphins, but the real action wasn't on the field, it was on the sidelines. As a Dolphins player, Nolan Carroll zipped down the sideline during a punt return. LOC bent the rules by bending his knee, aiming to trip him, but the camera captured the whole moment in 4K. This dirty little trick did not only earn him a suspension for the rest of the season, but it also cost him a hefty $25,000 fine.
If I could go back and do it again, I sure as heck take a step back. It was just a situation where I just wasn't thinking.
But wait, that's not all. As the cherry on top, the NFL slapped the Jets with a $100,000 fine as well. After these punishments, I don't think anyone will dare to step foot over the sideline ever again. Fines and suspensions are one thing, but flashing over 100 million people is something no one expected. We're talking about Super Bowl 38 in 2004, a big day for football and halftime shows. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake are belting out tunes, and just as Timberlake hits his last note, he accidentally pulls off a part of Janet's outfit and whoops, her right melon says a quick hello to the world. From this split-second flash, the term wardrobe malfunction stepped into the limelight. Poor Janet felt so embarrassed that she left the event immediately, and then the debate started. Was it intentional or just a mistake? I guess we'll never know. You might think such a moment could only happen off the field, but some NFL players have had their own embarrassing moments on the field too. After Terrell Owens scored a touchdown for the 49ers, he ran to the middle of the field, stood on the Cowboys star logo, and raised his arms like he owns Dallas. This didn't sit well with the Cowboys, especially Emmitt Smith. A bit later, Smith scored and did the same thing, looking at the 49ers like, take that. But Orwell was not done yet. Late in the fourth quarter, quarter, he caught another touchdown and raced to the star again. But what happened then was something he didn't expect. This time, Dallas safety George Teague had enough and slammed into Owens like a freight train, and others began fighting as well. Still, Owens got back up and did his star standing pose once again. I bet that made Dallas even more furious. But Owens is not the only player who absolutely loves to tease his opponents. I'm talking about Juju Smith, who absolutely loves to dance on other teams' logos and post it on social media. He did it at the Bengals Stadium, and Bengals player named Von Bell didn't like it one bit. So during the game, Juju got a pass from Big Ben Roethlisberger, and before he could even think of busting a move, bam! Von Bell smacks him with a hit that could wake up a sleeping beauty. So let this be a lesson. If you're gonna dance on someone's logo, you better be prepared to dance with their defense too. But this is still fine compared to the moment that has become the prime example of bad calls and shattered dreams. It's the 2019 NFC Championship game against the Los Angeles Rams. The game is tied at 20 and there are less than 2 minutes left. Drew Brees throws a pass to Tommy Lee Lewis, but Nickel from the Rams crashes into Lewis before the ball even lands. Clear as day, it's a penalty. Everyone was waiting for the referees to call it, but minutes later, no penalty was called in. In the aftermath, the Rams tied the game and snatched a win in overtime. Fans were fuming.
Lord Jesus, they took it away from us.
Yeah.
New York needed to call in and tell them they had to throw a flag on that play. It was too egregious.
Oh, I sit right there at the very top row. We could see it from there. It was unreal. Everybody saw it.
And everyone on social media couldn't believe what just happened. And I'm pretty sure that you won't believe what you're about to see in number 5. The NFL made it official in 2012 that women could join the league. Fast forward to 2013, and here comes Lauren Silberman, the first woman to try it out. Hype is through the roof. But then, ouch. Her first kick scrapes by at 19 yards, and her second one, a heartbreaking 13 yards. Silberman grabs her leg and blames a quad injury, but the damage was already done. People started laughing at this. Even some pro female kickers were facepalming. Although Lauren Silberman didn't hit the ball really hard, the Minnesota Vikings got hit with one of the biggest blizzards ever by being buried in over 26 inches of snow. But wait, it gets even worse. Just hours before the game against the Giants, cameras in the Vikings arena captured this. Damn, the NFL stadium turned into an Olympic swimming pool. The Vikings weren't only forced to finish their season playing at a different stadium, but the team even had to spend over $18 million just to replace the roof. Nature sure does have a way of making its presence felt, but some fans want to join in the act too. At SoFi Stadium, a fan ran onto the field with a pink smoke bomb in hand, looking like he's staging a gender reveal right there on the field. Security took him down, but the pink smoke kept blowing until another member of the security team could come and retrieve it. But this wasn't the only instance where someone was the center of attention for all the wrong reasons. Tulloch had just made a big play, sacking quarterback Aaron Rodgers, and he was feeling pretty good about it during the 2014 game against the Packers, so he decided to celebrate by doing a little dance. Nothing too crazy, just a shimmy and a knee drop. But that knee drop turned into $1 million mistake. You see, when Tulloch landed, his knee buckled under him and he ended up tearing his ACL. Ouch. He ended up skipping the entire season and went through plenty of surgeries in order to heal his ACL. Now, if you think a knee injury during a celebration is embarrassing, wait until you hear about Joe Burrow. This happened in a heated game between Miss State and LSU. Heisman hopeful Joe Burrow was doing his best to fight off a sack when a Miss State defender grabbed onto his pants and started yanking them down. I mean, can you even imagine? Burrow would try to hold on for dear life, but eventually he gave up and let his pants come down. And let's just say, the rest is definitely not for everyone's eyes. But while some folks are pulling down pants, others are spitting fire. I mean, literally spitting fire. We wrap up this string of unforgettable moments with a player who decided to go nuclear on sportsmanship. Bill Romanowski got so heated during a game in 1997 that he actually spat at an opponent, JJ Stokes. A move so outrageous, it begs the question, what was he thinking?